Hi, sixth graders. You've made it to another week of virtual learning. Today, we're going to go ahead and dive into Lesson 2, Forms of Energy. And let's start by looking at today's agenda. Today's warm-up is to list at least 5 forms of energy. This can totally be a guess today. And don't worry, you'll be learning all about the forms of energy later. So remember, sometimes warm-ups are just to get our brains going and to write down our best guesses. So today's video recorded lesson will be linked right here. It will also be linked in the project briefcase, in the lesson plan, and uploaded to my YouTube channel. So let's dive in and take a look at the lesson 2 document, which is linked right here, and go over your tasks for today. Okay, you can, I guess, disregard the warm-up in the agenda. I see I have a different warm-up here, but this is a good review of last week's graded work on potential and kinetic energy. Remember, if you have not yet turned in the graded work from lesson 1, you should definitely work on that now. And you should know where a pendulum has the most potential and kinetic energy. So this lesson takes a couple days, and we'll review the lesson in our Zoom tomorrow. At your own pace, take care of a few things today. I'd like you to watch this Screencastify video I made going through some Mosa Mack slides to talk about the different forms of energy. Now, we won't be able to have a discussion today, but we can certainly talk about the forms of energy in tomorrow's Zoom. If you've got your book handy, I'd like you to read pages 140 through 145 on the different forms of energy. The PDF to the text pages is here if you forgot your book or can't find it. So for today, we're going to do a note-taking activity. In the past, I've had students cut out pictures from magazines and make posters showing the different forms of energy, but we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to do poster notes slides. So if you click on this link, it'll take you to this Google Slides file that I made. And this is not something that you turn in. This is simply a way for you to take notes. Now, I will tell you, just because it's not graded doesn't mean you don't need to do it. By doing this activity, it will help you tremendously before doing tomorrow's graded activity. So you're going to need to make a copy. Make sure that you've read the text. Here's the PDF if you can't find your copy. And you're going to make a forms of energy poster. Now, the idea is to use text and different pictures from the web to create a poster showing all the forms of energy around you. There are tons and tons of examples and help in your book. And I'll give you a little preview, a little cheat sheet here. This video, Exploring Energy, although it's sort of boring and long, gives you a ton of information about the different forms of energy. And even if you just watched a little bit of it, it might give you some ideas. So there are going to be 6 slides. Oh, and I'll go back and note that we are talking about the forms of energy from pages 144 and 145. And these are kind of like the sub forms of energy. Kinetic and potential are kind of like the main forms of energy. So these next 6 slides are going to be classified under either kinetic, potential, or both. All right, so the first type of energy is mechanical energy. So I want you to first think about, and you can use the text for help, is mechanical, kinetic, potential, or can it be both? You're going to type your answer here. And then you're going to go to the web and find pictures that represent mechanical energy, or you can insert some big words on the poster to help you understand that. So let's try for, at least 3 or 4 things on each slide. Your next one's going to be thermal energy, then chemical energy, electrical energy, electromagnetic energy, which is different. It's different than electrical. And finally, nuclear energy. So I'd like you to have this done and bring it with you to tomorrow's Zoom. We're going to talk about what pictures you put in your slideshow. Now, back to my lesson plan. I can see where I put the warm-up. I just made a mistake. I forgot to put this one on day 2, so I'll fix that in a moment. And the next day's activity is this worksheet. Now, I would suggest waiting until after our Zoom meeting, after we discuss the forms of energy, to get started on this. But you're welcome to start it if you wish, if you're on a roll and want to keep going. This lesson 2 worksheet is an online worksheet. It's a review from our forms of energy discussion. Okay. There's a website called Energy Kids that gives us a lot more information. And remember that video also will help you. So, according to the website, you can see there's some questions regarding the website, and then another table to give examples. Now, you could definitely get some examples right from your notes slides for this table, and this gets copied and pasted right into Echo under lesson 2, and that'll be 15 agency points. So this is lesson 2. Will take a couple days. And if you have any questions about anything in this lesson plan, you can let me know. And we'll talk about it at tomorrow's Zoom.